So in case you haven't noticed, Tesla desperately wants shareholders to vote on two extremely important matters. Sending this out. Dear fellow stockholder, we need your vote on two especially important proposals at this year's annual stockholders meeting. Proposals that are critical to continuation of Tesla's mission and extraordinary growth. Vote for Proposal 3, reincorporating Tesla in the state of Texas, and vote for Proposal 4, ratification of the 2018 CEO Performance Award. Now, I've discussed this previously. I do hope everyone watching has already voted, and if not, after calling their broker and finding out they can't vote, they've moved their shares somewhere else and then are able to exercise their right to vote, because this really is a serious matter. Hence, I continue to bang the drum, as does Tesla. In their own words, these proposals are critical to Tesla's future. These two proposals are incredibly important to the future of our company and to your present and future investment. You voted to approve the 2018 CEO Performance Award 6 years ago, and time has shown the wisdom of your collective judgment. You have the chance to uphold the outcome of your vote. Make your voice and your vote heard by voting for these two proposals today. For additional information, please visit votetesla.com. This from Robin Denholm, Chair of the Board. Surely I don't need to explain the potential outcomes if these are knocked back, right? It seems quite obvious to me that if shareholders don't vote in favour of both of these proposals, it will meaningfully harm Tesla, the company, and our investment. I'll leave it at that. Let me know in the comments below if you voted. And now, plenty of drama. Tesla does a massive backflip and an absolute shocker. It seems as though the Biden administration has just given Tesla a massive unfair advantage. Not sure I saw that one coming.
Now it is time for FOMO, of course, and we're talking Tesla, which is up about 1.8% on the session. A nice start to this week for a name that's down still about 31% here on the year. And joining us to discuss more on everything driving the price activity is Caroline Wood, senior markets correspondent for the network. So Caroline, there's some analyst news, and then I also saw the fact that there's this fire and hire strategies, bringing back some of these fired employees. I mean, the truly a gift that is always giving is the news cycle of Tesla.
That most certainly is true. Now, regarding the firing and hiring, this is, of course, around the supercharger team. Just want to remind everybody of something that Elon Musk said regarding engineering not long ago, I believe in a SpaceX interview. His directive to engineers at SpaceX, and likely Tesla too, talking about the engineering philosophy, deleting parts and processes as follows. If you're not adding things back at least 10% of the time, you're clearly not deleting enough. I want to underscore this point. This is part of Musk's philosophy. Allow me to quote directly. When referring to this philosophy about deleting parts and processes, Musk said this: "You may have to add parts or processes back later. In fact, if you do not end up adding back at least 10% of them, then you didn't delete enough." And the rehiring of some of the recently fired supercharger team illustrates exactly this: the philosophy of deleting to the point of discomfort, expecting to add something back, playing out. The opposite of this would be, let's just pick a random company out of a hat, old Twitter, now X, a vastly superior product with roughly 20% of the headcount prior to mass layoffs after Musk acquired the company. Now, how does that happen? How does a company end up so bloated that roughly 80% of the people employed add no value? Somebody can come along, acquire the company, fire said 80% of dead weight, and the product and service become vastly better with literally 1/5 the headcount. The answer to that question is the vastly different philosophy. Musk is ruthless in his efficiency, his resourcefulness. This flows throughout the DNA of the companies he runs. This is an engineering mindset that doesn't just apply to physical products, but the structure of companies themselves. Many people don't like the fact that Tesla got rid of their PR division a long time ago. Tesla, don't you understand you need PR? Yet, amazingly, Tesla's got to be the most talked about company on the fucking planet. Literally. I mean, everyone watching this is currently watching content, and I'm one of many, 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 many people creating content on a daily basis, specifically regarding this company. The media can't stop talking about Tesla, yet no PR division. Why? Musk thought, let's delete this. Seems like an unnecessary part. Turns out he was right. So it's quite interesting to see this playing out once again.
Yeah, we can always count on Tesla for headlines. Today, there's multiple headlines that could be driving the stock price. You talked about the negative note from Guggenheim. Pretty sure that's not what's behind these gains, but we will talk about that in just a second. But yeah, Tesla share is up 1.8%. It's been a rough year, but also just a rough May for Tesla. Shares are down about 6% in May, but they're snapping a 4-day losing streak today with this nice pop off the highs, but still up pretty substantially. Over the weekend, Tesla did introduce this promotional rate of 0.99% annual percentage rate on qualifying Model Y purchases. The deal runs between May 10th and May 31st. And it is important to note that that less than 1% rate is quite a bit below market rates. Previously, they were as high as 6.5%. So the hope is that
This is an absurdly good deal. I mean, ridiculous, actually. Clearly, Tesla needing to pull some levers here to keep selling through their current production. Not a good sign for other companies trying to sell vehicles. Less than 1% finance, that's basically free. Of course, many extremely intelligent, very logical and reasonable managers of money for other people have been explaining to us why Elon having opinions on X is destroying Tesla's brand, and that's the major issue here, and interest rates have nothing to do with anything. And they're obviously right. And that's why this post from Sawyer Merritt on X doesn't exist, which doesn't read, quote, been getting a decent amount of DMs from followers buying Model Ys after Tesla introduced the special loan rate of 0.99% in the US. Here's a few messages I've gotten. Obviously, these are all fake Photoshop things because, once again, interest rates don't make any difference. Affordability doesn't make any difference to whether or not consumers purchase vehicles. It's all Elon having opinions. This Model Y promo is brilliant. One of my friends is doing it, and I think I'm finally taking the plunge. They followed up, ordered. I'm on the team now. Another one. I saw your post, and I immediately placed an order of one. I will take delivery this week. Thank you. I just ordered a Model Y with the 0.99% rate. You may share this on X. Another one. I just turned a gas car person into a Model Y person in under 2 hours. Crazy deal at that rate. Ordering one soon. Another one. As soon as that promo was introduced, I ordered on Saturday and picked it up yesterday. Couldn't pass it up. Another. I ordered my Tesla Model Y because of your 0.99% rate tweet. Getting it tomorrow. By the way, doesn't that emphasize the challenges in selling through production? Delivery tomorrow. Long range Model Y, stealth grey, black rims, white interior. So excited. We ain't done yet. Dude, I've been raving about Tesla for years to my co-workers. I walk into work today and 2 people are ready to buy. One is picking up tomorrow and the other later this week. This promotion is genius. They should never discount the cars again. Just do interest rate promotions. Now, obviously, this is anecdotal, but they're pretty strong anecdotes. It seems like maybe Dave here, who's left a comment, might be onto something. That suggests the macro effect of high interest rates on demand is correct. Imagine that. Now, I just want to make the distinction between demand, desire, and affordability. Interest rates do not affect the number of people who want something, but it does affect the number of people who either A, can afford something, literally, either they can't afford it, therefore they can't buy it because rates are too high, or they can't finance it because rates are too high and they don't qualify for a loan. Or, knowing that rates are higher, they see the additional cost and go, you know what, I could buy it, I could afford it, but I'm not going to make that choice right now. Feels a little bit tight, so I'll delay. What we're seeing now, when that barrier to being able to afford or being willing to spend that amount of money suddenly is knocked down, you have orders flowing through like crazy. Now again, this is anecdotal, but we're seeing a pretty strong, clear and immediate reaction. People who previously, for whatever reason, had not purchased a Model Y, now suddenly, instantly ordering one. Watch this space. And again, I do want to emphasize some of these orders, delivery tomorrow, delivery next week, Tesla's going to keep making as many vehicles as they can, as fast as they can, and selling them regardless of what it takes. And clearly, apparently right now, this is what it takes. What an absolute bargain, by the way. Holy crap.
That drives volume in what's been a sluggish demand environment for EVs. So there's that going on. Meanwhile, you mentioned the fire and hire strategy. Bloomberg is reporting that Elon Musk and Tesla, they're bringing back some of the 500 workers from the supercharging team that they let go last month. So that's a Bloomberg report right now. Not sure if that's behind any of these gains today. And also, of course, the Biden administration is considering putting some pretty substantial tariffs on Chinese EVs. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that those tariffs are going to be hiked to 102.5% from about 27.5%.
So were you listening? That is outrageous. What this means, in essence, is that any vehicle produced in China, electric vehicle, shipped for sale into the United States, will have its price effectively double. Previously, it was increased by 25%. So it's a 4 times increase in the tariff. This is going to completely erode any competitive advantage in terms of price that Chinese automotive manufacturers had previously. This is absolutely ruthless. Now, who loses here? Well, obviously, US consumers lose here because they have less choice. This is the kind of policy that I would have expected from a Trump administration. Trump doing his absolute best at the moment, spewing all kinds of BS about electric vehicles that he surely doesn't believe, just pandering to a voter base, people who work in the fossil fuel industry, EVs have no range, rah, 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 the whole spiel. I don't think he believes what he's saying. I just think he knows who his audience is. A lot of people who feel extremely threatened by electric vehicles in terms of their job, their local economies, that's who he's pandering to with these comments. But this is the kind of stuff I would absolutely have expected. In fact, I literally said maybe a few months ago, I would expect that Trump would have a 100% tariff on Chinese EVs coming in. But this from the Biden administration is strange and stunning. You'd think that this would benefit US electric vehicle manufacturers, right? Because they don't have the 100% tariff. But here's a problem. There are no companies in the United States producing electric vehicles in meaningful volumes and actually making money doing so. Everyone at this point in time is either pulling back or being forced to slash prices just to sell through volume because they don't have a cost advantage. Why? Because Tesla is running circles around the entire industry. So all this will do is benefit Tesla. If companies like GM and Ford had scaled their EV production to many hundreds of thousands of vehicles per year and were actually making money selling them, it'd be a different story. But this is not going to move the needle for them either way, because eliminating the potential of affordable Chinese electric vehicles coming into the United States doesn't do shit if you're not selling your own vehicles in the United States profitably. It doesn't make a difference. This will benefit Tesla, and that's it. I thought the Biden administration's number one directive was to fuck Tesla and fuck Elon. Not sure they've thought this one through. I mean, this really just gives Tesla a massive, massive unfair advantage if this becomes law. Now, that being said, I would imagine most Chinese EV manufacturers would have seen something like this coming, or at least accounted for the possibility if Orange Man Bad is elected, assuming no pipes burst during the count and so on. Wait, what? They would probably expect something like that in a Trump administration. It's much more likely that their plans with electric vehicles will be to flood Europe, other parts of Asia, Australia, and maybe sell a few vehicles into the United States on the higher end. But this is wild. Again, consumers lose, or Tesla wins, and it doesn't move the needle either way for other automotive companies in the US. So they're not making a meaningful number of electric vehicles, and those that they are, they're not making any money on. So what difference does it make? They're all slowing down, pulling back, moving into hybrids instead.
Those are supposed to be rolled out tomorrow and will target other industries as well outside of just EVs, just in terms of batteries and minerals and potentially solar. That could be left off the list, but steel, aluminum. So that could be having an impact as well. But I will say that those tariffs, seem to be more symbolic than anything, really meaningful, like, for example, the chip export ban that we've been seeing in terms of China, just because, China doesn't rely on the U.S. market for sales of its EVs.
This is true, but key word, yet. Make no mistake, if in the future, as EV volumes continue to ramp in China, Chinese EV manufacturers can sell vehicles into the United States in large quantities, they absolutely will.
They don't sell here because even with tariffs at 25%, it basically wipes out any potential profit. So we aren't seeing any weakness in Li, NIO, XPeng, BYD on the heels of this report. They did see some weakness last week, so that could be why we're not seeing anything today. In fact, we're seeing some pretty, strong green arrows for U.S. listed shares of those companies. So could be giving Tesla a boost as well. And then we talked about, or you mentioned that Guggenheim note, they reiterated their sell rating on Tesla. They have a $126 price target, which is, Tesla shares are currently, as you can see here, around $171.50. The analyst there says, all else equal, we would expect U.S. Model Y inventory to decline from current record levels. Note, with April sales data now collected for most countries and regions, we believe current quarterly deliveries are tracking well below our 440,000 estimate. So continuing to keep that bearish rating, but doesn't seem to be impacting shares today.
Caroline, in our last segment, we had a meme stock Monday. We're going through some of those names. I think you could argue that part of Tesla, with the immense amount of options trading, has some of those elements to it, despite the fact that it's a much bigger company and, of course, more established and, of course, still a growing company. But it does have that kind of short-term trading dynamic to it as well. I'm looking at kind of some different time frames I look at. It's up over a 1 month time frame, but it's down on a 3 and 6 months. So there's not a lot of consistency with Tesla right now, which
that is the story of Tesla stock's life. Extreme volatility, violent swings up and down, par for the course. Another reason why I openly recognize my brain is far too small to time the market. So I just look forward 10 plus years, work back from there and go, will I be happy I bought Tesla stock today in 10 years? If the answer is yes, I buy it again. And the answer has been yes for the last 8 plus years in a row. Want more content? Early access? A bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. And I haven't missed a daily video in more than 3 years. Must be a coincidence, right? Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. But don't take my word for it. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. By the way, viewer, that makes 2 of us. On to the next. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. This viewer's been taking AG1 for 8 months and says, what an investment. Another. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. Plenty more to come. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. If you're still skeptical, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone on the planet seems to be promoting AG1 now, but guess what? They weren't nearly 3 years ago when I had this to say privately to my Patreon audience before there was a relationship, when I was asked about what I was doing for my health, energy, and so on. Just sharing my genuine, honest thoughts about a product I'd recently discovered that was at the time called Athletic Greens, now AG1. If I could only recommend one supplement to take, Athletic Greens, and I'm not getting paid to say this, Athletic Greens is a fucking game changer. I cannot believe how effective this is. No longer having a lack of energy in the afternoons. It's fucking amazing. There's only one thing to recommend seriously. Try Athletic Greens. You won't go back. So obviously, just like Elon Musk is a liar, a fraud, a con man, a scammer, a fake engineer, and Tesla's going bankrupt, you shouldn't trust that guy from about 3 years ago who, without any financial incentive, was promoting this product to his audience on Patreon when they were asking about health and what he's doing for supplements. Because obviously, there was some other reason he recommended that, obviously. Not sure what it was, but don't trust that guy. And all the testimonials, like my mental game has improved with AG1. I feel better than ever. I'm so impressed I've bought it for both my parents. I feel more focused and have better digestion. Incredible difference. No more afternoon fatigue. It's relieved gut issues. These are all just obviously fake testimonials from fake people. Right? Wrong. Just try it. Unless you hate yourself. If you hate yourself and you don't even want to risk possibly feeling better, this is not for you. But for everyone else, what's the worst that could happen? Try it for a month. See how you feel. It's a no-brainer. Just click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 travel packs. And you'll take the colossal risk that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the people whose testimonials we've read in this video.